let's like go, I don't know, explore the house, do something else, not cry about the sick cow. Let's go into the shed, because the shed's got to be the shortest option, right? You attempt to open the shed door, but the door won't budge. You remember locking it some time ago, but you can't remember what you did with the key. I swear there's the key in that wagon. Okay, go to the house. Okay. Entering the house, you feel a subtle uneasiness, as if the growing blight outside has penetrated the walls of your safe haven. From what you see, however, everything is the same as you left it. Perhaps this may be a good time to just lay in bed and wish that your problems will just go away. You fight the notion, but the temptation is still there. Lay in bed. Okay, let's read our journal first. Dear Journal, another usual day on the farm. The crops are growing with good health. Beth Ann is also doing quite well, never disappointed with the milk she provides. If things continue to go well, I may be able to invest in more animals. A farmer can only be so social with a cow. Poor Beth Ann. Oh. Dear Journal, today has been an unfortunate day. Somebody broke into my shed and stole some things. I usually don't mind if someone steals a bite to eat from the garden, but to take my equipment, well, I put a lock on the door and hid the key. Nobody will ever get into my stuff again. Think you could put in your journal where your key is? Dear Journal, I woke one night to a foul smell I have never come across before. I took a step outside to see what I could find, but I found nothing after searching about the farm. Whatever it is, it must be bad. I should make a trip into the city to see what this is about. Okay, I bet the chest is locked. Oh no, it's open. You open the chest and find nothing more than a pile of papers. It seems you have less valuables than you anticipated. You close the chest. Did I have memory loss, or is that just because, it's a big fancy looking chest? Okay, let's just lie in bed. You lay in your bed and fall asleep to the light sound of wind blowing outside against the grass. Sounds pretty peaceful. You begin to hear whispers and chants, but you can't make anything of it. An image appears before you. A stone, glowing as if it were alive. The chants get louder as your vision grows in more detail. I just want to say right now that that image looks more like a plumb bob to me, but maybe I've just played too much The Sims. You reach towards the stone with your hand. As your finger makes contact, a clash of thunder rattles around you. Your clothing and skin start to flake away, like dust in the wind. Particles flow into the stone, sapping the life from your body. You feel pain you have never experienced before, and fear begins to flood over you. You suddenly see yourself lying in bed, never to wake up again. Your adventure ends here. And the achievement for them is called I Am Your Nightmare. Oh boy. So, okay. The house is probably the shortest option. Okay, I guess. Shall we see if we can get that? The key from the wagon and see if that opens the shed, because apparently that key opens everything. Pick up the key and continue on your way. I want to go back though. I want to go back. Turning smoothly. Yep. Okay. I can't go back. This is a problem. I've already done all this bit. I'm sure there's more options to it, but not options that don't involve me needing items, I guess. If it's possible even to, free this ghost or to charm that unicorn and all that. This is the question. It annoys me because I can't go all the way back. I hoped I could get that key and then... Wait. Wait. What? That's what I clicked on, wasn't it? No, that's not what I... What? Don't follow the trail. That's the... Yeah. Ah, so I assumed that whenever you continue on from the grave, you just like, came back down to where the path was going anyway. I assumed wrong. I just really hope Samara isn't in this well. You walk for some time to find an endless field of grass. There is a stone well near the path. I fully expect there to be Samara. Just gonna save. Peer down the well. Other than the evident water at the bottom, there is a coin resting against the wall of the well. If possible, you feel you should go down and take the coin. Come at me, Samara. You lean over the edge of the well. There is no possible way you can obtain the coin by reaching for it. With this in mind, you turn and climb down along the inner wall of the well. All this for a coin. You take a few successful steps down, but your luck runs out. You misplace your foot and you fall. Tumbling about, your body clashes against the stone walls. With a single knock to the head, you lose all consciousness of your accident. With a splash, you fall into the water. Your body sinks effortlessly and you drown without realizing it. Your adventure ends here. And the achievement for that one's called, oh, shiny! I like that. I'd like that. Okay. Skip. Now, there's definitely nothing I missed in the pen, right? Just because I want to know if there's a key for the shed, but... Oh well. Across the bridge, keep going, take a nap, go left, continue down that path, ignore that well. Walking over the hills of grass and grain, you reach the walls of Aramore. Several times here you come here to trade goods from the farm. You discover the plague that has spread to your farm has also spread all the way out here. The path before you is overrun with blight. Well, let's go. You have come a long way, and you don't desire to turn back now. You march forward into the tainted soil. Before you can realize what happened, you sink completely under the ill soil. Darkness consumes you, and your lungs struggle for air. Your body burns in pain as you suffocate and die. Your adventure ends here. And the achievement for that one, it was all for nothing. What even? I mean, just leave. Okay, so I can go that way to the city, which I instantly die. There's no other option there, really. Yes, can you cross or go back? There's no way to reach the city. I'm a smart person. Go back to the tall grass, but... If I had something to grab the coin... Maybe the, coin is, like... shiny enough I could charm the unicorn? I don't know. Pure rare hope, the flower found in darkness. Pure essence. I would assume that means the unicorn. But how does one get the unicorn? Perhaps this orb? But we know this is a trick by the fish. So that's the question. I do feel like maybe that orb is meant to go there in the pillars. But I don't really know what I'm to do to get past the fish to get to it. Decisions. I mean, maybe I missed something in that towery place. I would assume I would have, because they wouldn't just make it, oh yeah, magic power is stopping you getting in here, if there wasn't more in there. Let's go with that, because I probably missed something. Okay, tree. Let's go lift. I think, wasn't it? Yeah, because if you pick the same direction as you've already picked, it seems to bring you back to the middle. Unless there's light off, it's continue to make your way forward. Some sort of concrete room. Turning around, you see a hole in the wall where you came from. Your guess is that it wasn't part of the initial design. Turn around to see a door. The green little nothing in the room. You decide to move on through the doorway. Okay, let's inspect the supplies. Rope. Okay. So it was the door to the left was like, I don't even remember what they were. The one on the right's the like empty cauldron room. Was it the one on the left or the one in the middle leads to the room with cages, and then to the other room with the cells and the wonderfully murderous dog. Room left, I don't remember. I never did select the door behind you because I assumed, you know, you just came in through that door. But maybe there's more to it. Spoiler alert, there was more to it. We're going up the steps. You enter a large room. The air is polluted with dust. Spiderweb covers the walls and ceilings. I'm just gonna save that. Yes, I'm sure, because I like a proper save. Okay, where should you go now? Downstairs? Oh yeah, that's where I just came from. Derp. I forgot I'd already walked up the steps. I was like, hey, there's steps going down. Wonder where they go. Derp. Okay, let's go outside. Standing before the tower, something for you. Statues left and right. Approach the door. New. Don't wanna to go back through that. The far door, maybe. I thought I muted you, Steam. What? I did. Why is it? Why? How? Okay, whatever. The far door. The door struggles to move, but you enter into what appears to be a spider's den. I knew there'd be a spider somewhere. I knew there would. The air is thick, and the room is a mess of web and body parts. You notice that there are a couple of items in the room that could be useful. Well, I found the item stash. If nothing else, there is a key in the ground that you will no doubt need. Hello, spider. Before you can even act, a large spider falls from above. You have no doubt that it is hungry. Without hesitation, the spider attacks you. With nothing to defend yourself, the spider quickly bites you. With nothing to defend yourself, the spider quickly bites you. You begin to lose feeling all over your body, and everything goes black. Your adventure ends here. And the achievement for that one is Sam doesn't save you in this story. This looks to be us. Okay. I guess we will go upstairs then. That's a lot of books. Discover what looks like a private library. There is a passageway before you with bookcases on the left and right. Let's browse these books. Maybe there's something interesting. Some of them catch your eye. Rituals of the Ancients. You flip around until something grabs your attention. Pillars of Stone. Yes, please. Years before current times, there were unique religious practices that revolved Stonehenge. It is said that these stones are lined up in a special way and often organized in a circular pattern. Organizing the stones this way unlocks an ancient power researchers still have trouble understanding. In the middle of the circle would be a stone or two for the keystone to rest on. This is the great mystery of this ancient practice. From ancient records it is written that the energies from the surrounding stones channeled their power into the keystone. Stop reading because the next page of the book has been torn out. Rude, rude book destroyers. There is a bent page marking a section of the book. You turn to it. The art of charming is not necessarily limited to the instrument, but how the musician goes about playing a given instrument. Some are definitely easier to use than others, and for a skill such as this there are a few instruments recommended. The harp is one of these recommended instruments. From vicious dogs to shy unicorns, the soothing voice of the harp can calm the troubled heart. Of course, not all creatures can fall for this simple trick, but it can mean the difference between life and death in some situations. So I was thinking, that's totally going to be about the unicorn, but it does mention vicious dogs, which makes me think maybe Fido down there can be, soothed. A forgotten power. Flipping through the pages, there was one in particular that has ink markings all over it. Raw energy is a powerful substance not to be trifled with. It is merely myth that such energies exist. Not to be trifled with, it is merely myth. What? So don't trifle with it, but it's totally a myth. Okay. One does not simply stumble upon a pillar of godly power. Even if such a fate is yours, bare hands cannot contain the force. It must be bent and channeled into a specially crafted vessel to carry it. There have been accounts across time of individuals possessing such power. Although they pass away as sand, their relics of power remain as powerful artifacts that nations around the world would fight for. Okay. Oh. Those were some helpful books. I appreciate those books. Let's go onwards. Walk up the stairs. You pause as you notice a stone carving of a person praying that is attached to the wall. There is something odd about it, but you can't put your finger on it. With caution, you continue up the stairs. I'm going to save in a third slot because I don't trust anything. You enter a strange room with a large globe centered about the room. There are windows that let the light shine through. You notice that there was a chest resting against the wall to the right. You also notice that there is another passageway like the previous room. Let's open that chest. Approaching the chest, you notice there is a lock fastened to it. With no key to unlock the chest, you decide to leave it alone. I guess now we know what the spider room key is for. Inspect the globe. You study the globe attached to the floor surface. The craft is made of metal, and there is fine detail in the grooves. There are various markings and names scattered across the globe. It takes you a moment, but you find a marking of where you are. Aramore. You notice that there are some hand-drawn markings within the area, made with black ink. Oh dear. There must be something close by that has interested the author of these markings. To add to the mystery, there are similar markings in other areas around the globe. Interesting. You climb the stairs to find a wall ending your path. Above the end of the stairway is a hatch. Wow. You open the hatch and pull yourself up. That's the stone! You have made it to the top of the tower. Before you is a stone of power, resting upon an altar of rock. Dark vines have entangled the structure as if they were feeding off the energies of the stone. Your body begins to tremble as you stand before the stone. You definitely feel weaker being up here, as if the stone is sapping away your energy. I'm pretty sure if I touch it, it's just gonna kill me, but let's go for it. Destroy that stone. It's maybe your only chance. You approach the stone and grasp onto it. You lose sight and feeling immediately as your hands become glued to the stone. Your life is drained from your body. Only bones remain to testify of your death. Your adventure ends here. And that achievement says, you have no power here. Yay. Skip. Continue forward. Open hatch. Leave the stone. Turn and begin to exit the hatch. To your surprise, you find it difficult to focus. You suddenly fall down through the hatch, it closing behind you. You hit You hit on your head and tumble down the stairs like a rag doll. With a broken neck, you struggle to live. Would be but a struggle, wouldn't it? Only to die moments later. Your adventure ends here. What, no achievement? That's just rude. Well, I need something to deal with the spider to be able to get the key to get whatever's in that chest. I have some rope, but that's clearly not any good. Okay. Just go back. No, not out. I didn't mean outside. I wanted to go downstairs. Okay. Okay, tree, my friend. We're back to this. Let's go. Let's go right. Go left. Go right. That's new. That's a ship. As you make your way forward, you discover a large cavern. An old-looking ship rests against the edge of the lake, with debris scattered about the surrounding area. Let's inspect that ship. Cautiously, of course. The air is chilling, and you fear it won't be a good idea to stay too long. The possibility of discovering something that can help you drives you to explore. You climb aboard the ship. As you take a moment to observe your surroundings, you are only welcomed by the trickle of water brushing against the wood of the ship. That's a loud creak. You move about to see where you can go. Every footstep you take feels heavy as you hear the sound of the wood cracking under your feet. You feel the ship has been here for quite some time. You explore under the deck of the ship. Nothing but the sound of your footsteps bounce about the structure of the ship. From one room to another you come to discover a kitchen. Though there is nothing unique about it, you feel you should take a moment to inspect it. Alright, drawers. You pull one out after the other. Finding that they have been emptied, dust spreads about the air as you disturb their rest. Checking underneath, you discover a rusty knife resting on the floor. You find that there are plenty of hardened rat droppings dotting the edge of the wall. You take the knife in hopes that you may defend yourself with it. Finally! I'm not defenseless! Let's inspect the oven. Just a quick save. You see a lone pot resting upon a dusty stovetop. You gaze downwards and open the oven door. Nothing but ash fill the oven chamber. You close the oven door. Let's move on. You continue your lonely tour of the ship, only to find that there is nothing of use or value. You make your way back to the deck and decide to continue your search. Again, you find nothing much but empty rooms, left to remain dark in solitude. You discover a door with fancy markings about the woodwork. Perhaps this is where the captain resided. I'm definitely gonna save there. You discover the room of the captain. Unlike the other parts of the ship, everything seems to have been left alone in this room. Before you rests an old wooden desk with papers and assumed belongings of the captain. There is a small bed off near the corner of the room, and some chairs in the other. You have a feeling deep down that you shouldn't take anything. Other than the lamp and other objects, there is a small stack of papers in contrast to a lone paper resting by itself. Approaching the desk, you begin to inspect the papers resting on the desk. Notice to the crew. Due to our unexpected predicament, everyone is being split up into groups of 2 and 3. Scouting assignments will be given until we find a more habitable place to settle. Now we must do what we can. And so, peering above the pages of this collective pile of documents, you realize that most of these are personal notes or journal entries. You pick a few and begin to read. Day 7. The voyage has gone quite smooth as we begin our second week away from home. The spirits of the men are high as we anticipate the discovery of new lands that lie beyond our documented knowledge. It's been my dream to accomplish something world-changing, Together we move forward with full hearts and unbreakable spirits. Day 66. It has been just over 2 months out at sea, and we have yet to discover anything new. We have suffered through many storms, and sickness has plagued the ship recently. Several of my favourite crew have passed on to the next life. I see the growing doubt in the eyes of my fellow labourers as our voyage continues day after day. Food rations have been cut in half in fear that we may have to turn back. I dare not let myself think of failure. Those men who have lost their lives, the sacrifices to make this voyage possible, I cannot let them be in vain. Day 91. It has come to roughly 3 months out here on the endless blue. With much pain we have turned around. Yes, we are headed for home port. We have just enough food to make it back. I just hope we have a smooth journey back. Spirits of the crew are low and bitter due to our failure. I do not let myself get caught up in thinking of it. Truly, we did not intend for this to happen. Well, seeing that there is little left to see, you take your leave. Make your way back to where the tunnel divides. Okay. Go left. Is there anything more to this? I chose right then, didn't I? So maybe to the... No, but left would bring me out here. I don't have a good memory. Okay, go left. Go right. Struggle forward as the way before you becomes completely dark. You notice there's a light off in the distance and turn your way forward. Okay, we're back here. Anything more in the supplies? Okay, enter the right door. That's the cauldron. Nothing in it. Okay. To the left, then. Continue on. Move into the darkness. Of course. Of course. I need to go back to the room, go out the door behind me, and go. I hope I can fight off that spider now. Skip, skip. Door behind you. Go up those steps. Is it the far door or upstairs? It was the far door. Air is thick and the room is massive. Hello, Mr. Spider. Or Mrs. Spider. Pull out your knife and stab the spider when you can. Unfortunately, the knife doesn't scare the spider and it bites you with ease. Really? 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 Just really? Really? And that seems like the perfect place to cut it, because I'm being nice and, 2 like half-hour less videos rather than like an hour, roughly hour-long video. I'm nice that way. So feel free to like and subscribe if you want to see the thrilling conclusion of the story, or, you want to see the other games with more action going on, Whatever you want to do. Yeah, enjoy!